What is good, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back, and as you can see, I'm not in my regular setting. I am back at my mom's house for a few days, and it has been a lovely few days away, getting away from all the transfer talk, checking the news every hour or so. It has been so good getting away. As you guys on my IG would have seen, I went to see Chris Brown a few days ago, or a couple of days ago now. Just a great night in every sense of the way. Yeah, an inside joke. But it's just been good to get away. But obviously, a piece of news did drop, and I had to record for this one. And I will be back in my normal setting. We'll go live and we'll talk about it in real time, so also I can get your live thoughts. But yeah, big piece of news dropped in terms of a transfer target for Leeds United going off the board, it seems. Now, I usually show up the article and or the word or the tweet or whatever, but obviously I can't do that now. But just go to Fabrizio's page and you'll see it there because here we go. Habib Diarra to Sunderland, a 35 million deal altogether. It's 31.5 million initial fee and 4 million add-ons. Medical booked. Here we go. Habib Diarra to Sunderland, which is an amazing, ambitious signing for Sunderland. Now, there's a few things that run through my mind when it comes to all of this together. First of all, the fee is very high, and obviously we saw our two bids, 21 million, and then what was it, 23 point something million. That was obviously not going to get the job done with Strasbourg, and obviously we had an internal figure of what we believed he was worth and weren't willing to pay over that. I can respect that. That's what clubs should do. And obviously Sunderland have just blown us out of the water with that kind of bid, and obviously they've taken advantage of the Joe Bellingham money and just put it all into Diarra and replaced him there. So I understand it from their point. They've probably overpaid, and Strasbourg was saying, "Okay, cool." The other thing is that gets debunked straight away because I know a lot of this was in my comments and messages that I received. Is that he's probably waiting for a top end club to come and get him. He's probably waiting for a Europa League, Champions League club to come and get him, or a club higher in the table. Well, that gets debunked straight away, doesn't it? That has been put to bed straight away because he's literally going to, as we speak right now, the worst team in the Premier League. Just going by squad, quality, even with the addition of Diarra, they'll still be the worst. So they've still got a lot of work to do. So all of that talk about, oh, maybe Leeds isn't a destination for him. He's going to Sunderland, the playoff winners, not the champions of the championship, the playoff winners. So it just shows you that the Premier League, the bigger pool that it is, if you can agree a fee with a club, you've more than likely got a more of a chance to get that player. But the other thing that I think of as well, and I have to say it, is that I think he wants to play for Reggie Lebris. Like so many players will want to play for him from League Earn. And I spoke about this when I talked about Bolker being linked with Sunderland. He's going to have that respect and cachet from League Earn players because he was there previously with Lorient and did an excellent job with some of the young players there, including Enzo Lefebvre, who's gone there on a permanent deal. So it's one of those where I do think that the coach has got something to do with it. I think Sunderland's willingness to overpay, something I've said before, we really want you. This is how much we want you. That goes a long way with players too, that they're willing to go above and beyond to get the player. And, that's taken one real quality player off the board. And it's gutting. It's very, very disappointing to lose out on Habib Diarra. But it's not the end of the world. And the reason why I say that is, and it's this isn't cope for me, but I'm coping in another way, thinking if we go and get who we've been recently relinked with this week, a Douglas Luiz and another, whether it would be Gus Harmer. I know PSV have registered an interest in Gus Harmer now. I'm hoping that's to get Leeds United to act. I hope it's one of those agent things where, oh yeah, PSV are coming. Come on, Leeds, get a move on. If it's Douglas Luiz and if it's other, quality players in that bracket that we're going to get in, to replace Habib Diarra, then I'm cool with it. I'm cool. My problem is if we go for a plain yogurt like Sean Longstaff and thinking that he's the answer. And I've got into my reasons and explanations why I don't think he is a main event signing. I don't. I think he's a curtain jerker of a signing. I think he's just someone that complements the squad with running. But whenever I hear people talk about Sean Longstaff, they can never tell me what he does with the ball, and there's a reason for that. But if we now go for a Douglas Luiz and another, of course, we're going to need to go for other quality players. Then that will definitely soften the blow. But we have to be matching. This is going to sound crazy to say, with them going for Bolker, Diarra, we have to match Sunderland's ambition here. Now, obviously, overall at this point in time, we still have, I believe, the strongest squad, but Sunderland are trying to close that gap. And but I'm seeing other clubs. We're seeing Bournemouth, Brentford. They're losing players, they're losing managers. I think it's gonna be a lot tighter down the bottom this season than it was last year. I do think that. I think that some of those clubs are losing a little too much. But we've got to get our skates on with this, because not only are we longing at the Biol thing. I mean, what was that thing with Biol the other day? This or that. I mean, what's next? There's only so much content you can get out of a Jakob Biol signing. Get on with the next one. That signing took way too long as it was. We need to be moving on to the next targets in key areas, and midfield is a key area. I mean, they're all key areas in the Premier League, but we need to be getting a move on and also shifting players out. Because again, I mean, I haven't been really up to date with things, so maybe I've missed something over the last couple of days, but I'm still not seeing any firm movement of players being linked with moves away that are surplus to requirements at this football club. So we need to get a move on now. We're, getting close to July, almost close to pre-season. It's time to get a move on in terms of getting quality players in to give us a chance of survival. We can't take risk with this. We have to be properly prepared. Otherwise, it will end badly. And it is as simple as that. That's not me, being hyperbolic or anything else like that. If we don't get the right players in, we will get relegated. And it is as simple as that. So, listen, give me your thoughts a bit about Habib Diarra. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of you saying, "Nah, I didn't want him anyway." I'm ready for those comments from people, but it's a big one to miss. But like I say, replace him with some quality players in there, and we'll be all right, man. We'll be all right. Just quickly as well, I mean, you've probably seen it already, but for the people that were looking forward to going to preseason games in Germany, Leeds United have put the kibosh on that. Well, not them, but the German police over there. So it won't be possible for Leeds United fans to travel. So just giving you an update on that. For more information, go to Leeds United's website, social medias, and it's all there. Another one as well. What was it? Goodmanson talking about Leeds United, about us being a good club, Premier League being a good league, blah blah blah, all that stuff. We kind of heard that before, but there's a lot of words going around at the minute. I need to see some action now when it comes to signing. I'd love to come back on here later today, even though it will be boiling hot later, just to say Leeds United are in talks with so and so. You know what I mean? That would be the ideal thing, especially after this blow of Diarra going to Sunderland. It's not even like he's moving to Brighton or even Brentford or somewhere like that. He's going to play up with the Sunderlands. Crazy, crazy. But Leeds United, you can suffer the blow by getting in some quality players that I know we can attract. I know we can attract the players. Sunderland attract the players. We can do this. So yeah, listen, people, I'm going to leave it there for this one. Give me your thoughts in the comments. Is there anything else? Not that I can think of. Anything I've missed, we'll talk about when I go live, when I get back to my home base. Anyway, people, have a good one. See you in a bit. Like the video before you go. Peace out.